So, DICE and EA have been on damage control all week, showcasing the last 5 specialists, making changes to the UI, and putting out a blog post detailing everything that they learned from the open beta earlier this month for Battlefield 2042. So I want to discuss where I think the game's heading, so if you guys like the video, leave a like, subscribe for more Battlefield content. This one's going to be a little sassy, I'm not going to lie to you. Let's just get into it. They start this blog post by showing the last 5 specialists that we haven't seen yet. This includes Navin Rao, the recon class with the cyber warfare hacking suit. Honestly, I'll never use this character. I want to shoot things, not hack turrets that do nothing anyways. Dozer Espinoza is the assault class with a shield. Rainbow Six 2042, anybody? I actually could see myself using this guy a bit. Kind of depends on the situation. He actually looks kind of cool. Sundance, another assault class with the wingsuit. This also looks cool, but I don't see myself using this one over the grapple hook that we saw in the beta or the next operator, which I feel is about to become the meta at this point. Fucking wallhack McJisoo over here with the EMG X scanner that lets you just see enemies through walls. This class right here just solidified my disgust with the specialist system in this game. Imagine playing Rush and covering a corner and someone can just see you through a wall and then toss a grenade, kill you, or run around. They know exactly where you're at. This shit just casualizes games to a fault, and Battlefield was already a pretty casual, albeit chaotic, game. Shit like this that just allows players to see people through walls is just so unnecessary in FPSs, and I'm really getting sick and tired of developers in the AAA space shoehorning it into every single game that we get. The last specialist is Angel, and trust me, they're gonna need an Angel to save this goddamn game at this point. He's a support class that calls in a loadout crate, and apparently he can revive people better than everybody else. He must have a perk that allows him to not pick up other loadouts 5 times before reviving somebody, so that's cool. The devs are increasing the number of tanks that you'll experience on Orbital. It's up from 4 to 8 on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5. So next gen and PC, you get to see 8 tanks instead of 4. I think that's a good call. They've made changes to movements, added strafe input to sliding. Basically means when you're sliding, you can move left and right a little bit. Great, that's gonna feel a lot better. They've added the ability to vault on moving objects, which for me, I never really ran into that issue during the beta. So, we'll see how it goes. And apparently they've toned down jump spamming, which, yeah, 100%. A nearby grenade indicator has been added, and my thing is this not a staple feature of every FPS since like Call of Duty Finest Hour? Entry and exit animations are now shorter, with some being removed entirely. There were moments during this beta where I was trying to get in and out of a vehicle before an impending like rocket strike from a helicopter or whatever, and I just kept getting stuck in vehicles because your guy moves like a fucking turtle out of a vehicle. It's so frustrating. Apparently they fixed it. We'll see what happens. Elevators have also been fixed so that you see less funky behavior with doors. I never experienced any of that during the beta. I actually don't think I even went into an elevator on Orbital. So, we'll see how that goes. When it comes to the servers, they've fixed, players jumping into a game where it's literally all just bots, and then that server not backfilling and bringing other players in who are queuing up. So you were just playing a full game against bots. That's apparently been fixed as well. Apparently the big map, or when you hit M in game, if you're playing on PC, you can pop up the map and kind of look at the map of the game and see what's going on. Apparently they pulled that out. I don't know why. It was disabled in the beta, but it's coming back for the launch, which again, like the grenade indicator, duh, of course it should be there. The Comoros menu, which you guys are seeing on screen here, where you can, call for healing or call for ammo, something staple to the Battlefield games since 1942. Apparently that was disabled in the beta as well. And they even say it's a staple of in-game communication for Battlefield games, the ability for you to hold a single button and use quick actions to give you an indication of where you're at and what you need. And you guys are seeing on screen here, this is what the menu looks. My question is, they say that this build is from August, and this was the most stable branch build that they could have put out. How does a build in August, when the original date is in October, how does that build have so many features at this point disabled? It makes no sense to me. One of my biggest complaints was that the compass, you could only see it when you ADS'd. apparently they fixed it so that it's always on. Again, like it feels like another duh moment, but here we are. Pinging was another thing that just barely worked in the beta. Sometimes you'd see a ping from a teammate, and most of the times you didn't see jack shit. So they were sitting there being like, hey, I'm pinging somebody over here, and you're looking around being like, the ping system apparently has been fixed. Again, this is all just them saying that it's fixed. I don't know if it's really going to be. Another big complaint from the entire community at this point was that the score events, like, you know, and when you kill somebody, all that stuff was pushed to the right side. You couldn't even really see it. They've moved all of that stuff to the center, and I gotta say, even that simple change makes this look so much more like a Battlefield title. It's something that I think should have been there since the beginning, but they fixed it. Now it looks better. Over on the left side of the screen, they say the kill log is now more readable, and you guys are seeing it on screen with highlighted colors denoting friend or foe killed. This looks absolutely great. The critical alert messaging, they say, which appears at key moments on the top of the screen, they say, we hear you. It's too big. We've reduced it in size, lowered the frequency of the alerts, and will continue to take feedback on it from you all once you get your hands on the full game. And I remember when they first put the gameplay out for this title, and people were critiquing the HUD, and they were defending it, saying that we have, you know, the best people in the industry. We have the best people. We have the best people in the industry making the HUD. This stuff is so simple to me. I'm dumbfounded at why they made some of these decisions, but at least I can say that from this blog post alone, they are listening, they are hearing the complaints. We just got to see if it's going to be implemented in time for launch. They say it is. Do you take them at their word? I'm going to. All of these changes excite me because it makes it feel like a Battlefield game. Surprise, surprise. After playing Battlefield 4 for as many years as I have always been asking for the ability to customize loadouts at the main menu, and they're saying now from the collection screen of the main menu, you'll be able to define what your loadout is and to provide your loadout with custom names that'll allow you to quickly switch between your best setups in game. And you guys are seeing the video here that they put in this blog of that system. Being able to do this outside of a game is a godsend to me. One thing that I'm seeing a lot of people criticize online, but personally for me, I actually think it makes it feel like a more complete product, is the insertion flow and the end of round flow. So insertion, you guys are flying in on a helicopter. It's that Call of Duty style modern warfare entrance to a match, but I actually really like it. The end of round here, you guys are seeing on screen, it shows your players, the best squad, your kills. It just shows everything here. And again, it's just missing from the beta, and I feel like this would have helped a lot of people feel like it's a more complete and kind of further along polished product. The blog goes on to talk about controller schemes and setups, but controller players aren't real gamers anyway, so I'm just gonna skip past that. It was a joke, okay? Don't rage in the fucking comments. Basically, they said that they've improved mapping in their final option suite that will provide you with better overviews of the controls and options that will enable total controller mapping. If you ever think we've got the default presets wrong, I mean, welcome to PC 25 years ago, but it's cool that console players do have that option. One of the things that I really feel is strange here at the very bottom, it's kind of thrown and shoehorned into these big paragraphs. They say, as we discussed recently in our commitments to healthy play in Battlefield, we'll be arming you with all the tools you need to help keep this function useful and usable on the battlefield, including the option to hide features outright that you'd rather not see. You know, it's that protection, safe space shit that every developer seems to be doing now. They say for many of you, we know that you'll prefer to use the voice chat or voice over IP to keep the lines of communication open during gameplay, and a heads up that this is presently set to come in after launch. So a shooter in 2021 is launching without voice chat. Biggest development studio in the world, no voice. Okay. If I want to hear some 12-year-old say he's gonna fuck my mother, I want that to be my experience when it comes to FPS games in 2021. I need it. As much as I joke and as much as I make fun of pretty much everything in this post, I think a lot of the changes that they are bringing to the table in terms of the UI, the HUD elements, the customizing of the loadouts outside of game, I really like all that stuff. The end of round stuff, the insertion, it's gonna feel like a much more polished product, and that's all I can ask for. As much as I got kind of burned out playing Orbital, there's really nothing else I want to play now that I can't play the open beta for Battlefield. I want nothing more than just to play that game again. So with all of these changes, I'm actually looking forward to it. And when it comes to the specialists, I think that wall hack shit is garbage tier, and I really hope that somebody, like, really early on, once this game launches, can create a game in Portal that just brings in classes and allows us to just tweak and play the Battlefield game that we all want. That's all we can hope for. I'm still thinking that there's going to be a catch when it comes to Portal where we're not going to be able to do it, or if everybody does kind of flood over there, there's going to be some monetization blocking. I just, after so many years of getting fucked, I'm just so cynical when it comes to this stuff. I really want this game to succeed. I want an FPS. I want Battlefield to be good. I just think the specialist system is going to hold back that main game, and I hope that we're going to be able to tune this shit to give us the experience that we want. That's all I can hope for. I hope you guys are still excited for the game. I know I am. It's just, man, that hype was so fucking deflated once that beta dropped. I still enjoyed what I played of it. I just thought it could be a lot better, and I think they're moving towards making it a better experience. Only time will tell at this point. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe for more Battlefield content. Once this game comes out, I'm going to be streaming it over on Twitch, dropping videos on the second channel. That's going to be linked down below as well. I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. My name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one.